Major Slack Videos.
Hey, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming. Well, hold up here. Post-production Slack. You got the title wrong. You want to change that? That's better. Okay. Hey, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Let's walk through some more Elden Ring Frostbleed speed build. The name of this episode is Extra Freeze. And we just finished taking down Margaret the Fell, and you want to put more points into Vigor because you're going to be spending a ton of time in close combat. And let's get all geared up in our chainmail armor. And since all the talismans that are applicable to this build are only available much later in the game, you want to focus on using talismans that contribute to survivability. So off to Castlemore Rampart, we're going to buy the Crimson Amber Medallion, which will increase your health pool by, I believe, 7% to be exact. Okay, so we've got an extra talisman slot from taking down Margaret the Fell. So that's a good way to fill that up. Alright, now we're going to borrow strategies from my Ultimate Power Start. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a link to that in the video description. Okay, the Ultimate Power Start shows you how to collect a ton of smithing stones and get a plus 17 weapon early game. Okay, you want to check that out. Link in the video description. We're going to borrow strategies from that, and we're going to upgrade the Great Knife to plus 12. Right? So starting here at the South Ray Lucaria Gate, we're going to gallop down to the south here. Cut to the right. We are here to collect a smithing stone 3 and 3 smithing stones 2. This is entirely unnecessary. I'm just doing this for gits and jiggles. Once again, this is Gamer Slack down there in the trenches behind the gun, and MC Dub Slack here in the rear with the gear on the microphone. I think I just did that as a matter of, you know, payback, because I hate that guy. Okay, this guy you want to circle around clockwise to confuse him, that flame chariot there. Quickly grab this smithing stone 3 here and head to the east over this balcony railing here onto the rooftops. Double jump here to get onto this rooftop, double jump here to get onto this rooftop, and hang out here and see what that giant crab is doing down there. You could easily take him out with Bloodblade. You may take a few hits, but just spam out that Bloodblade. He will bleed eventually. There's your bleed, see? So you can count on that bleed, so just keep spamming out those Bloodblade and you will beat him. Grab 3 smithing stones 2 here and head to the south. You're going to find this kind of like pointy pyramid like ruins here. Right here to the south. Okay, there's a site of grace hidden here. Discover that. It's an important site of grace here in Liurnia. Next, we have not mapped out Central Liurnia. That's next on the agenda. So let's put a beacon right here and another beacon on the map pillar right there. The first beacon is just right near where we just took down that crab. Basically to the northeast. Looking for the broken road there. You see the broken road? Just behind there. Just behind this building on the left is a golden seed. Grab that. And now we're going to head towards the map pillar. You could take this, the Great Knife up to plus 17 if you wanted to follow my Ultimate Power Start. However, any weapon past plus 12 is a major commitment, because you can easily get any weapon up to plus 12 without going to the mountaintops of the giants. After that, if you want to improve a weapon, there are only so many smithing stones 5, 6, and 7, and it's a major commitment which weapons you're going to use those smithing stones on. So yeah, we're just taking this up to plus 12 for that reason. Okay, there's gamers like just cleaning up some of the beacons. Next, to the southeast from this location here, big batch of smithing stones too. In that pagoda there, see where the beacon is? However, it is guarded by these giant crayfish. So I would get off your horse and go into sneak mode right about here. They will pop up. There's one over there. And there's one off in the distance there. So definitely go into sneak mode because those things will murderize you. They will just wipe you out. They'll wipe their asses with you. So sneak in here. Sorry, that's smithing stones 3, not 2. So that's 3 times smithing stones 3. And now I want to put on my traveler's gear. You should too. To bump up your immunity because we're going to be dealing with those giant poison flowers. And this will help. Better immunity. Okay. Let's get rid of this beacon. We're going to put another beacon. See this kind of like, I call it like a swamp river. See this little curve here? Put a beacon right in the hook of that river, that swamp river. And you're going to put another beacon on the shore right here. This will help you find the next site of grace after you raid the next batch of smithing stones. And you will be in combat, so you won't be able to bring up your map. So make sure you put that beacon there so you can find your way out. Okay, so we're going towards the first beacon that we put in the hook of the swamp river. You will have to deal with a giant poison flower. But what we're going to do is just going to run in, grab the smithing stones and run out. Now typically I like to get off my horse to do this. Just jump off the horse, quickly grab the smithing stones and mount up and ride away. The reason why I do this is because it's much easier to collect the smithing stones on foot than it is to fiddle around on the horse. And you don't want to be fiddling around that poison flower there because it will poison you and start shooting up the magic rain, and you know the deal. It's just holy hell if you hang around too long fiddling around. Alright, now we discovered this side of grace. Leave that beacon there because we're going to do the exact same thing with another poison flower down to the west. So put a new beacon at the pagoda. It's marked on the map, but it's kind of hidden in the bush there. I showed you. Gamer Slack is just taking off into the wild blue yonder here. Here it is right here. Here you can just jump up here. The only danger here is getting poisoned, but you've got your traveler's gear on, so that should prevent you from getting like fully poisoned if you're quick enough. Grab those smithing stones, and because you're in combat, you won't be able to bring up the map, so head back to the beacon that you already had marked on your site of grace there. I'm just going to run through it to get rid of it. There you go. So we're going to do an inventory slack. Happen in the inventory. Not now. Yeah, he's pushing on. Back to the fallen ruins of the lake, site of grace. There we go. Okay. So we got... There's how many smithing stones you should have at this point. Let's put a beacon at the corner right here. And another beacon. See this group of islands here? On the northwest corner of that group of islands, put a beacon there. And finally, see this little rocky sliver that's sticking straight out there? Put a beacon right just above it. Right there. Okay? Once again, these will help you as you're running around, because you're going to be running past a lot of enemies, and as soon as you get near enemies, the game will not let you bring up the map. So they're going to be relying heavily on these beacons here. Okay, so to the corner of the building here, now you see a pagoda way off in the distance there. That's our first stop. Here what you can do is just jump off your horse on the run, and you're going to hide behind the pillar. Right after grabbing the smithing stones too, there's 3 of them, you can hide behind the pillar, and if that poison flower starts shooting up magic, not the magic rain, but the magic shooting bolts, those will protect you. Okay, so having grabbed those smithing stones 2 times 3, let's head to the second beacon. This will be the temple quarter site of grace. Off to the left there in the building is the ice rind hatchet, which also has the hoarfrost stomp skill on it. It's not really relevant to this build because we already have the hoarfrost stomp skill. I'm just pointing that out just in case some know-it-all thinks I forgot about it, or I don't know about it, or I do know about it. It's just like, it's just not relevant. We don't need it. But it is there. Alright, off to the third beacon. This will be a site of grace. I forget the name of it, but this is a convenient site of grace to discover. Right here. I was almost spot on with my beacon. There we go. Okay, now if you just slide off to the right here, see that pagoda off to the north here? That's the next stop. There's a couple of these ghostly riders hanging around here. If you just run in, yeah, that was a nice jump there. Grab the 3 smithing stones, 3, and you can hide behind here because they will shoot out these little holy tracking thingies that will track your movements. They're not that threatening, it's just kind of annoying. And then back to the site of grace to calm them down. And now we're pushing to the south. There's the game cheating. Even though I rested the game, you know, all the enemies supposed to be reset. All the holy crap that he shot at me survived the resting. Okay, so there's an inventory. 7 smithing stones, 2, 14 smithing stones, 3. Back to the temple quarter site of grace. Okay, so we need 5 more smithing stones 2 to upgrade our great knife to +6. And we already got the +9 covered with the 14 smithing stones 3. Okay, so to put a beacon where Gamer Slack just showed you, it's another pagoda due south. You could stop and whack these land octopuses if you like. They're worth 500 runes each. I'm not going to bother. It's good practice. I showed you how to do that earlier. Alright, another beacon. See this kind of pagoda right there? It's kind of like a circle with a dot in the center. Put a beacon there. There is a Somber smithing stone to pick up on the way here. We're going to pass by that. We don't need it. I believe it's a Somber too. It's guarded by a giant crab. It's right here. See this sloping rock here? I may pick it up. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm probably going to pick it up. You don't need to do this. And it's a Somber smithing stone 1 times 2. Completely skip that. That's entirely optional. I just did that for gits and jiggles. What you want is this pagoda right here. Activate this. Probably want to rest against any enemies. No, I'm not going to bother with that. To the south, see this big gnarly tree here? There's 2 smithing stones, 2 right here. There you go, grab those. Okay, so now we have 12 smithing stones 2 and 14 smithing stones 3. Let's go back to the round table and upgrade the great knife to +9. The higher you upgrade the great knife, the more powerful. Wrong way, Slack. Wrong way, Slack. The higher you upgrade the great knife, the more powerful the Hoarfrost Stomp skill is going to be on it. Alright, let's engage with the venerable blacksmith here at the round table and upgrade our great knife, our cold great knife, to +9. Next, smithing stones 4. We need 12 smithing stones 4 to get that great knife up to +12. There is a big batch of smithing stones 4 found in Gale Tunnel out in northwest Caelid. So we can fast travel to the Rockview balcony, which is where we've already discovered that, and let's get ready for Gale Tunnel. Gale Tunnel is full of miners. Miners have tough, scaly skin, and your daggers are going to bounce off them. So we're going to have to get ready for that. Set your flasks to 1 and 6, 1 red, 6 blue. Flask of a wondrous physic, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just throwing in the spike cracked here just for good measure. What is important is to put the sacred blade, sacred affinity, on your morning star. And if we use the morning star along with our chainmail armor, along with the Reduvia, this is going to overload us. So I put the no skill Ash of War on the blue-white wooden shield, the blue-white kite shield. This will lower our equipment load. Okay, so this is going to be your loadout. The Reduvia, the Morning Star, the Great Knife in your left hand, the blue-white kite shield in your left with the no skill Ash of War on it, and your chainmail armor. If you try to use the dagger spam attack on the miners, your first dagger attack is going to just bounce off the miner's skin and it's going to kill the combo immediately. So you've got like one strategy completely eliminated right there. You can't use that on miners, it just won't work. So this is where the Morning Star is going to come in handy. The Morning Star does strike damage, it also does bleed damage, so this is perfect for miners. Alright, so follow my route here down to Gale Tunnel, and you can sneak up and backstab this guy. As soon as you backstab him, this guy is going to attempt to hit you, putting his shield aside, and you can do a dual wielding dagger spam attack on him once his shield is put aside, because he will always come at you. He'll leave himself open. And jump down here, grab the Somber Smithing Stone 2, and follow my route down here to jump all the way down to the bottom and discover the Site of Grace. Okay, you want to get a sleep pot ready. Don't forget to actually discover the Site of Grace there, Slack. Yeah, he's so eager to get on with it. This guy we're going to backstab. Equip your Morning Star, throw out a Sacred Blade, back up, and get ready for him to come up the stairs. Here he comes, he backs up, or rather comes at you, and finish him off with a couple more Sacred Blades, or rather one Sacred Blade, and then just run up and whack him. Back to your Reduvia. So you're going to do the same thing here as we did in the beginning. Backstab this guy, turn to the left and get ready for this guy to come at you. Wait for him to open up and just go at him with dagger spam. As soon as he puts his shield aside, spam that guard button to do your dual wielding dagger attack. In here, what we want to do is run in and cut to the left as quickly as we can and throw that sleep pot at this giant octopus right there. Lock on, throw that sleep pot, back up. Just back up, wait for him to go to sleep. Nighty night there, big boy. And just run up and do a critical hit at the big orange spot. Then you're going to spam the guard button and do those dagger attacks, because he's very susceptible to that. Just keep doing that. You eventually knock him out again, or just kill him. That will easily take care of him. Then you can use more dagger attacks, dual dagger attacks to finish off these guys here, these little babies here. In here is the Cross Naginata, which is actually a good addition to this build. Right there. You will have to upgrade some of your attributes, I think strength and dexterity, to use it. But it has bleed on it. And it's a nice long... a weapon with a long reach. Great addition to this build. Entirely optional though. Alright, so collect the smithing stone 4 on the way and just collect all the stuff that I collected. Back up here. Get a fire pot ready to go. It's a group of 3 guys here. You want to take your flask of Wondrous Physic to bump up your strength. Lock onto the center guy. Throw a couple of fire pots. I'm surprised it didn't hit that soldier there. And then you're just going to retreat up the stairs. Equip your Morning Star and finish off this miner with a Sacred Blade. I'm really surprised it didn't hit that soldier there. This is really rare. Usually hits all 3 people. So you can just, if that happens to you, just sneak up, backstab him. Bob's your uncle. Lock onto this guy, throw a fire pot. He's got a big batch of explosives on his back, so that'll finish him off easily. Back up the stairs, you're going to find this soldier. After you roll through this debris here, this soldier right here, throw Reduvia at him, Reduvia Bloodblade, and retreat up the stairs and draw him out of position away from the others. Okay? Wait for him to come up. He has no shield, so you know the routine. Just Bloodblade him to death. Wait until he comes in range, Bloodblade, and that's it. Back down the stairs, we're going to sneak up along the wall. Right here, we're going to double back. Stick to the right side as much as you can in sneak mode. You got to take out this guard here who has a horn, a bugle. Okay, get behind him, backstab him. This is important because otherwise he'll alert all the other miners and they'll all come at you. Okay, so now that you've done that, equip your Morning Star, shoot at the Sacred Blade to charge it, and now you can use charge attack to instantly kill all these miners. Sneak up behind him, do a charge attack, instant kill. This third one, for some reason, either he's extra tough or I don't know what the situation here, but sometimes that charge attack may not kill this guy. So get ready to do an extra follow-up attack on him. But the other 2, you always kill them with a charge attack. And now that this area is clear, we can collect all the smithing stones here. Primarily smithing stones 4 in this tunnel. Okay, there's another smithing stone 4. Hopefully Gamerslack will do an inventory and show you how many you should have at this point. How about an inventory there, Gamerslack? And spin around, make sure you got everything. Little inventory. There we go. You should have 5 smithing stones 4 at this point. Here, I'm just doubling back just to make sure I didn't forget one. Alright, down to the west. This guy I usually sneak up and backstab him. I just kind of totally forgot my assignment. And then I accidentally fell off. This is another guy with a bugle. It's pretty funny because he'll just stand there and take out his horn and attempt to blow his horn, and you could just always use that as an opportunity to take him out with dual wielding daggers. Leaving this guy, this miner, which you could finish off. Same routine as the others. Take out your Morning Star, pre-charge it by shooting at the Sacred Blade, and then go up and use a charge attack, finish him off, and Bob's your uncle. Alright, grab that smithing stone 4 that was right there, and you should be up to 6 now. Number 7 is right here, opposite the boss door, and number 8 is behind this door here, right behind Alexander the Great Fist. Alexander, what's his name? Alexander. Okay, so now we have 8 smithing stones 4. Discover the back door site of grace for the fort, or for rather Gale Tunnel. And out you go. Four more to go. Off to East Liurnia Lakeshore, Site of Grace. And we're going to get a smithing stone 4 up near the artist shack. Probably want to wait till daytime. Okay, so from this side of Grace, you're going to just gallop straight up the hill towards the east. It's kind of a path faintly marked here. Okay, I'm going to show you where I am. Just up to the east, and then we're going to head north. There is a site of Grace right here, I believe. Okay, so starting off with that. There is a path to follow. Just follow the path. That hooks around to the north. Underneath this sloping rock here. There is some enemy activity here. You can take them out if you like, earn some extra chump change. I'm not going to bother. Likewise with these guys. And keep following the path. See a little rocky plateau there ahead. You can see the site of Grace right off to my right there. Okay, and I forgot to rest to reset the game. Okay, so now we can bring up the map. Now what we want to do is head south. There's a rock bridge that will bring us to this location here. Pretty much due south. You can stop off here and get a whole bunch of smoldering butterfly if you like. Kill these fire slugs. Should be an instant kill. Or rather, a quick kill. A couple of Reduvia Bloodblades here. And continue south, and you're looking for this rock bridge right here. Okay, I'm going to use this rock bridge to get across the canyon. Careful now, double jump, and we're good. Dead ahead is the artist shack, or a artist shack. Off the left here, out in the field, on a corpse sitting in a chair is, drumroll please, smithing stone 4. Done and done. If there's a site of Grace here, you probably want to discover it, just as a matter of convenience. Entirely optional, but yeah, it's a good idea. Next, we're going to Shiafra. So, back to, I don't know why I went to Mistwood Outskirts. Oh, right, because we're going to take the Shiafra River well. Yeah, Mistwood Outskirts. Put a beacon right at this little circle here. I put this to my viewers a long time ago. Way back about a year ago, I asked them how to pronounce Shiafra. And everybody decided that it was pronounced Shiafra rather than Shifra. Apparently in traditional Irish, it's pronounced Shifra. But I asked everybody, how do you pronounce this? And everybody said it's Shiafra. So I went with Shiafra. But I've been told by people who are Irish that it's pronounced Shifra. So all this time, I guess I've been mispronouncing it. Humble apologies, but I think I'm going to stick with Shiafra since everyone thinks that's the way it's pronounced. Us, dumb North Americans. We like to mispronounce everything. So I think I'm going to stick with Shiafra because that's the way it sounds according to the way it's spelt, and I think it just might confuse people if I start pronouncing it correctly. So yeah, humble apologies, but I'm still gonna stick with Shiafra. Alright? Anyways, take this elevator down to Shifra/Shiafra, and we're gonna collect the final 3 smithing stones. 4. Just goes to show you how reliable polls are. You know, you poll people or poll your viewers, and they all come up with this answer, and you know, you go, okay, well, it's on the internet. It's got to be right. No, I learned that a long time ago. Polling my viewers is not entirely reliable. Okay, so I'm switching back over to my Traveler's Gear for some extra immunity. And I happen to collect this octopus head, which offers better immunity than the Traveler's hat. So I'm just putting that on for kits and shiggles. If you don't have that, just put on your Traveler's hat. And collect a gold rune here, and you collect a Ghost Glover 1 here. That's entirely optional, not really necessary. And up the hill to the north. Another golden rune here. We're going to collect the first smithing stone 4. Hook around here, up the stairs, and it's right on the edge here. Right there. Okay. Next there's the smithing stone 2 right off to the left here. You can just hop off your horse and quickly grab that. Entirely unnecessary, but this is Gamer Slack, unable to pass up a freebie. And this is a golden rune of some kind, golden rune 2, once again unable to pass up a freebie. Not necessary. These are some rainbow stones. Completely skip that. I love rainbow stones, so I just got that. And up the hill here is collect another Ghost Glover 1. And in here is the second smithing stone 4. Right. Boom. There. Alright, so make sure you grab that near the waterfall. And let's go up the stairs. This golden rune I would definitely collect. This pretty valuable. Golden rune 4. That's 1200 runes right there. And take the elevator up. Straight up to the east. There's a giant grab off to your left there. Just ignore him, it's not really worth it. And there's a set of grace just around the corner to the left, right here. Okay, now there is lots to collect in this area, but I'm just going to go straight for the smithing stone 4. If you follow my ultimate power start, there's a ton of stuff to collect in here. All I'm going to get is the Ghost Glover 1 rather. Strike that Ghost Glover 2 and the map here. And I think Gamerslack is being kind of fancy here, and he's going to collect the Hornbow as well. Entirely unnecessary. Now, you want to put a beacon right here. There's kind of like a long stone structure there, and then there's kind of like a square. Right in the center of that square. Here I'm collecting the Hornbow, entirely optional. And now we're going to go straight for that beacon. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff to collect here in Shiofra, but we're only after that smithing stone 4. The only thing to watch out for is these kind of like these little lightning balls that are floating around, and if you get too near them, they will target you, shoot right at you, and will potentially kill you. They're just devastating. So watch out for those. But other than that, the only thing you have to worry about is the giant flower potentially poisoning you, which is why I had you put on your Traveler's Gear. So right in here, this is exactly where you want to go, and here is the final smithing stone 4. Right there. That's it. You're done. And the flower is shooting out all the magic rain, and then it will shoot out some poison, and then switch back to the magic rain. You might want to collect a gold pickle foul-foot right here. Entirely unnecessary though. Not unnecessary, rather entirely optional. It's good acquisition though. And just follow my route here over to the Worshipper's Woods site of grace. This will just kind of like de-aggro all the enemies. once you rest, and then you'll be able to fast travel out of here. So at this point, everybody should have 12 smithing stones for you. Want to show that, Gamer Slack? Attaboy. There we go. Okay, so now we can upgrade the great knife to plus 12. Let's go back to the round table and take care of business. And after this, you will be the proud owner of a kick-ass frost bleed build.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
And you've already had plenty of combat training on how to use it. Congratulations. Good luck to you. I want to thank you all very much for watching. And if you thought this video was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Take a bow there, Bleed the Freak. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.